Good evening, everybody. My name is Joey Bunyan, and this is my philosophy on life. I think life is worth living. I think life is a life that you should be planning everything, but life is more proceed because with every day you have to make choices. And right now I'm about to graduate from college. This is my fifth year in college, actually. I started college in 2002, and my joining the college was to seek wisdom, because as a young man I always wanted to seek wisdom. I want to know what is life about, and my dad just keep talking about this guy named King Solomon and how he has so much wisdom. So I started college at the University of Minnesota, and I spent about 3 semesters at the University of Minnesota, and transferred to South Dakota State University. Before I came to South Dakota State University, I had a girlfriend, had a good time, but we broke up, and I also found that my life has changed. So at that time, my philosophy on life was love, but I didn't really understand love. So I came down to Brooklyn, South Dakota, and started school at SDSU. And when I started school at SDSU, I started going to church often, trying to find myself, reading the Bible, understanding myself, pushing weights, and just trying to seek the deeper part of me. That's how I came to understand the love of God. And seeking God, I understand myself well right now, because I'm aware of my ideas, I'm aware of the world, I'm aware of my insight. I understand a lot of things. And I really appreciate this. And mostly these days of time, people don't have the essence of God if they're saying there's no God or whatever. But I strongly believe there is a God who is here to open our mind for us individually as a person, so we can live a better life. Because life is worth living. And if you live your life, you gotta share, you gotta love, you gotta meet people, you gotta see the good side of life, the bad part of life, so you can understand it. Because if you just go through life and everything is plain and boring, that life is not sweet. You gotta enjoy the life, the sun, the water, the earth, nature, the people you meet. Because philosophy is wisdom, and wisdom is the understanding of life, the essence of this life we live today. I also believe that God is neither black or white, that He's a spirit, and you can't just put God on a concrete level, because you can't see God. All you see is man, and God works through man. So you just can't talk about God and be disrespectful to God, because God is way bigger than us. And every obstacle you face in life, I think is a trial. Like, if you ever read the story of a little Christian who was trying to find his way through life to go to Leicester City. This is the city of gold, or the city of life, which is considered to be heaven. And his journey was based on all the trials and tribulations he went through. On the other hand, he had a friend who didn't believe, and he went to the left, thinking that life is just whatever you make it. But the essence of life is to live it, making choices good, bad, and your final decision will end up where you go. There's no heaven above, there's no hell below. But heaven is the state of mind, and heaven is being with God, and hell is being away from God. So the essence of life is to live it to the fullest by helping your fellow man. Just each individual, whether they are nice to you or not nice to you, you gotta appreciate them, because each of them hold a certain life within them, and that's God's creation of man. So my philosophy based on life is to live it, love it, enjoy it, never be too bad on yourself or too good on yourself, but have a balance. Because if you have a balance in life, that's the ultimate goal. That's how you live life. You can't stress, because that produces bad oxygen, and you can't be too excited if you overjoy your life, because this life is a long life. I want to live till I'm 80, so I can see, go to other places, travel the world. meet friends, meet family, meet people I never met before, so I can see the wisdom and the greatly stuff on the earth, you know? So, over time, this life is good, but if you live your life just caught up and stuck in the moment all the time, you're not gonna live it. You got to have a taste of both worlds. Because the essence also of life is love. You gotta love. When you are in love, everything is good. Whether you're gonna have a good job, you know, whether the world is all against you, you feel love. And love is the greatest thing a man can ever have, or a woman. So falling in love is a good thing. Another bad thing would be not falling in love. When you don't fall in love, the world is dull. You never experienced it before. You never experienced the happy moments in life, the joy of life. So I would appreciate if people fall in love. And talking about other philosophy in life is the thing about sex in marriage. I believe sex is between a man and a woman, not between either sex, man and man or women and women. Because the thing about sex is also good, but at the same time is to circulate and produce the earth. That's the main basis of sex. And sex, with having sex, is a share of the spirit. And two souls unite. So each man and woman having sex create life on earth, because we are all miniatures God. So we gotta really be careful. Living these times where you can see two men or two women kissing over TV, that's not good for the younger generation. Because the young people don't understand. The young children don't have their mind right to know what's right from wrong. And the world cannot sit down and be letting stuff like that. But also, the world cannot sit down and be destroying other people, thinking that it is right based on race, society, or whatever it is. You gotta respect one another, because this life is to live. You can't oppress the younger beings for being who they are. We gotta let everybody live their life. That's my philosophy on life. Thank you. Good night.